Hello, everybody. Let me tell you a new story today. Today, we are going to share a story from Mu, who is a pharmacist and currently lives and works in Harbin city, Heilongjiang province. The incident took place in 2008 when Mu was working for a pharmaceutical sales company in Harbin. The company was quite large and belonged to an American brand, which we want to specify here. In addition to medicines, the company also distributed some cosmetics. When Mu joined the company, he started working in one of the company's pharmacies. After half a year and due to good performance, he was transferred to the product warehouse when they needed more stuff there. His boss talked to him about this change, and Mu accepted happily because he was very familiar with the prices of various medicines and believed he could leverage his expertise in a warehouse. It was a bit strange, though, when his boss mentioned that they wanted male employees for this position. Mu found this odd, but reasoned that the warehouse dealt with a lot of boxed products that needed to be moved from one place to another, and male employees with more strength would be more suitable for such physical labor. The warehouse was located on Fuxing Street in the Nangang district of Harbin. It's now a part of a hotel, but at the time it was the warehouse for the Heilongjiang branch of the American company, a property purchased by the boss. Mu's boss owned more than a dozen pharmacies, but there was only this one warehouse that supplied all of them. The warehouse was in a basement. Upon entering the left side of the office, equipped with a fax machine, computers, printers, and dispatch documents where some paperwork was handled. Behind the office was the area for health products and cosmetics. The entire right side was an independent medicine area with a lockable door containing various OTC medicines, both category A and B, all on a tall shelf. Further inside, on the right, was the refrigerated area where some medicines requiring cold storage were kept, such as insulin. Next to the refrigerated area was a special zone for the miscellaneous items. Mu's job was to prepare various items based on orders supplied by the pharmacies. It seemed simple, but remember, there were many types of medicines with the same function, having products from different manufacturers, different prices, and different specifications. This job required a great attention to detail, patience, and familiarity with all products to complete the work correctly and efficiently. Why are we going into so much detail about Mu's job? Because it's related to the story. And you need to know the environment where the story took place. Mu was familiar with the prices of most products, but doing his new job, he needed to familiarize himself. So on his first day at work, Mu took a notebook and went from shelf to shelf to check the prices of all products. As he was at the last row of the shelf, focusing on the products, something strange happened. It was the last row of the shelf, with a wall behind it, and the space was very narrow. Mu was concentrating on the products when he suddenly felt someone pass behind him, brushing against his back, and quickly moving from his left to right. Mu quickly turned his head to the right. Very naturally. No one was there. He looked to the left, still no one. He looked back. It was a wall. And he had been standing very close to the wall while looking at the products. If someone really had passed by, they would have to be very thin and would need to cooperate to get through. He looked up. There was a bright light above. Why did he look up? He didn't know. He was a bit nervous now, slowly walking out from the last row of the shelves and circling the entire warehouse. He was the only one there. He sat on a chair, dazed for a while, thinking this matter couldn't be right, but the warehouse was brightly lit, and there were no other issues. Maybe he was overthinking it. He comforted himself. Fortunately, after this incident, Moo's work went smoothly, and he did not encounter any other problems. Moo quickly became familiar with the warehouse stocking process, and a week later, he began to prepare products for 5 pharmacies, officially starting his work. One day, with a document in hand, he went to the OTC medicine area to prepare them. After preparing the medicines and checking off on the document, he quickly gathered everything and was about to leave. When he was near the door, he suddenly felt someone brush past him again. Holding the document and carrying the products, he turned and looked back. No one was there. It happened again. The second time. The first time could be an illusion. But today, no matter what, it couldn't be explained that way. He left the OTC area and did some other work outside. Finally, it was lunchtime, and he asked an old employee who had worked in this warehouse for a long time, "Has anything ever happened here?" he asked. The old employee replied, "Nothing happened. What's wrong?" Moo said, Nothing specific, just asking if anything strange has happened here before." The old employee said, "No, don't think too much." Moo thought carefully about this answer. The answer itself was problematic. Don't think too much. What was I overthinking? Looking at the old employee's very unnatural expression, Moo knew that he must know something, but did not want to say it. Moo had just arrived and couldn't keep asking, but he always remembered this matter, and for a while after, there was no incident. He worked very well in this warehouse and gradually became familiar with his colleagues, getting along very happily. One night after work, Moo invited one of his colleagues, an older brother whose family name is Chen, to have a drink. Moo treated, and they drank a lot and talked a lot. Moo took the opportunity to ask him, "Brother Chen, let me ask you something. I haven't been working in this warehouse for a long time, but I've felt strange things twice. Once I felt someone pass by me, and once someone brushed past me. But I didn't see anybody. Do you know what's going on?" Chen said, Brother, you just got here and don't know. Do you know what this warehouse was used for before our boss bought it?" Moo said, "I don't know that." Chen said, "It was a bathhouse, the kind with hookers. For some unknown reason, one of them committed suicide right there our current OTC medicine area is. After that, the bathhouse business did not do well, and our boss bought it and turned it into this warehouse. I'm telling you this because I consider you as a brother. Those who have worked here for a long time know that sometimes strange things happen in this warehouse. But we cannot talk about them because we want to be able to recruit employees, and no one would want to come. But actually, it's not a big deal. Look, I've been working here for more than 3 years, and nothing big has happened. just to do a job. It's okay. You got nothing to worry about. Moo, of course, knew that this was true and that Chen wouldn't deliberately scare him. Why did the boss want male employees? The boss must know too, but did not say anything, which must be related to this matter. However, Moo was not afraid. This ghost had attracted his attention twice, but had not caused any other bad things to happen. Moo felt that she, the lady ghost, had no evil intentions. Moo enjoyed his current job very much and worked diligently without any strange things happen until the 29th of the 12th lunar month. The next day was the 30th, and the Spring Festival holiday was about to start. A terrible thing still happened. Because many warehouse staff were not locals of Harbin, some were from Liaoning and some from Jilin. These people all had to go home on the 29th to celebrate the Spring Festival, and Moo was from Harbin. So the warehouse supervisor talked to Moo and said that everyone would have the holiday after lunch on the 29th. The supervisor wanted colleagues who lived far away to leave first, because Moo was the only local and hoped Moo could be on duty until 4 p.m. And then he could go home for the new year after handing over to the person on duty for the holiday. And a lot of snacks and drinks were prepared for Moo, and a plastic bag full of various gifts were prepared too. Moo did not object and accepted this arrangement happily. After lunch, colleagues wished each other a happy Spring Festival, and the employees from other places left quickly. There was no work arrangement today, and no one was in charge of Moo, so he sat in the office, surfed the internet on a computer, watched a movie for a while, and felt sleepy after watching it. He lay on the table and fell asleep. Moo did not know how long he had been sleeping when he was suddenly awakened by a noise. He thought it was a colleague on duty for the holiday who had arrived. He opened his eyes groggily, glanced at the bottom right corner of the computer monitor. 3:30. Oh, it's quite early. It's not even 4 o'clock yet. He was quite happy. Since the person on duty had arrived, he could leave. Moo stood up, looked out of the office window, but no one was there. What was going on? He could clearly hear the noise, and the sound was very close. But where was this person? Oh, this sound was actually coming from the OTC medicine warehouse opposite the office. What sound it was? Someone was running barefoot. The sound of stepping on the ground was very clear, running and shouting. But what was being shouted was unclear. This made Moo very scared because after the morning work ended, the OTC area had already been locked and sealed, and there should be no one inside. Moo opened the office door, walked to the door of the OTC area, looked at the seal. His heart was pounding, and extreme fear turned into extreme anger. Moo shouted, "Who? Who's inside?" The sound disappeared. There was really someone inside, and he heard his voice. Moo remembered that there was surveillance in that area. He ran back to the office immediately to check the images from this camera. No one was there. Just as he was carefully looking at these surveillance images, a loud noise came from the OTC area again. What sound? It was behind the door. The sound of someone scratching the door with their fingernails, creaking. Moo sat in a chair motionless. Suddenly, a large plastic bag of various snacks and drinks prepared by the supervisor for him, with 3 stacked plastic cups inside, snapped and turned into plastic scraps. It seemed to be crushed by a great force. Moo only felt numb all over. The sweat on his back came out all at once, and his hair stood up one by one. But just as the plastic cup broke, all the sound disappeared. Then there was silence, a terrifying silence. Moo stood there, sweating all over, not daring to move. Oh, come on, come on, come on. The person on duty, come here fast, he thought. The person on duty finally arrived. Moo handed over to the person on duty and then went home. He did not want any of the snacks or drinks and went home directly. After going home, he was still afraid to think about this matter. After the Spring Festival holiday, he did not come to work and resigned by phone. Later, Moo deliberately avoided this place every time he went out, avoiding the road in front of the medical warehouse. This matter left a psychological shadow on him. Many years later, Moo passed by Fuxing Street in a friend's car, just passing by this warehouse. He had just hung up a phone call and looked up to see that the original warehouse had become a hotel. He smiled bitterly, wondering if this hotel would also have strange things happen. According to Buddhist doctrine, those who committed suicide have heavy sins. People should cherish their lives. If they commit suicide, the soul of the suicide is trapped within the range of the place of suicide, and cannot leave for 7 years. They needed to repeat suicide every day to atone for their sins. Unless family members invite some special people to perform rituals such as transcendence, otherwise they have to wait until the punishment is over before they can reincarnate. We don't know the story of this suicide lady. Maybe she was forced to do this work. I hope this poor ghost can get out of the sea of suffering as soon as possible. Okay, everybody, this is the end of the story. Please share what you think of this story and your stories. If you enjoy my work and would like to help me continue to bring these stories to you, please subscribe to my channel or like my page. Give a thumbs up to the stories you appreciate and share your thoughts and opinions in your comments. Share the stories with anyone who might find them enjoyable. Thank you, everybody. This is Alex's Story Time, and I am Alex. I got a lot of good stories to share with you. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you next time.